Hello, I'm Richard Huber and this is Sat TV Week. Now I'm here at Cabsat where I'm pleased to be joined by Mitja and Arnaud of iKOMG Group. Mitja, Arnaud, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Let's start with changes in the market and the convergence with IP, satellite and cloud. How is this affecting your customers? What is it delivering?
So firstly, this transformation for our customers started years ago, but I think in the last few years, let's say in the last couple of years, we have seen a serious transformation basically from all the customers, regardless, of their geographical location. And the satellite distribution by itself, like we used to do it, and where we grew and develop our business is simply not enough anymore. So our customers are looking for a hybrid solution, if you like. Hybrid solution means that beside the satellite, they also want to see a cloud distribution, so that means the kind of OTT platform. They want to see the OTT, let's say the cloud-based services like our iKOMG Guide, which gives them the EPG capability, which they can manage themselves on the cloud. Very easy to manage, add-on services and many other cloud-based services that we offer. And while let's say if you go back, some customers demanded this like years ago. Now pretty much every customer demands an add-on service, a hybrid solution. But also when it comes to the distribution, the satellite for them, for example, to reach the wide audience is simply not enough anymore. So of course they want to be on our OTT platform in the region. And when we're talking about the region, 2 years ago we launched our own OTT platform dedicated to the MENA region, MENAflix. We developed in these 2 years. It grew a lot. It's one of the leading platforms for the region. And the customer values that and the customer needs that. So they basically, it's driven by the customer, this development. However, we are the company which are not, following the trend. We are the company who actually are leading the trend, and you are always ahead. We always listen, to what is coming, what potential customer will be looking for next year, in 2 years' time. So we are kind of leading and always invest. We are not afraid to invest in the new products, and we are developing all the time. We have dedicated team who is doing that for, in internal teams within the company. And I think this is really important. And that's why our customers feel very safe also going forward. And that's why, we keep the customers for so many years, because we offer them constant development and constant increase of their reach.
So, the hybrid network's seamless. Your customers really don't see it. It's all working in the background. So to them, it's just a natural progression. They don't have to get involved at all.
I mean, they do get involved to a certain extent because, each customer, it is a bit different. And each customer, you need to offer a little bit of a tailor-made solution, while of course we have a standardized product. But I think, especially when it comes to the tier 1, tier 2 customers, they are a bit more demanding. So you always have to adjust and tweak a little bit, to their needs, and then of course you have the customer tier 3, tier 4 customers, which are of course very important. But these are the customers that you tell them, you guide them in the direction for them to give them the widest possible audience. This is maybe the difference between the 2-tier customers, that one they lead actually you, they give you the demands, the other one, you help them to reach the wider audience.
Now, Arnaud, 2024, you had this vision for bringing esports to a global audience. And you launched eCLUTCH, and you utilized Eutelsat capacity. Has that vision come to fruition?
That one thing that is very important to understand is that actually you have 500 million people watching esports on a monthly basis, which is absolutely huge. And when you take a look at what is available in the media industry, there is absolutely no esports available. So we decided with iKOMG and Eutelsat to redefine the way we broadcast esports on a global scale. And now we understand that there is a potential, because the way we built this whole thing, we made it a little bit different from what has been achieved before. We are bringing live events onto the main screen. And we understand, in the last 10 years, we've been hearing that the young generation never, watch television, which is absolutely untrue. When it comes to live events, people go back to the main screen. And that's how we all, we redesigned the whole thing, and that's how we want to make it happen. And just look at what's happening here. I mean, gaming is, last week, in Dubai, they organized a huge event around gaming and esports. There is a huge thing happening actually in here. And we believe we are heading in the right direction to make it happen.
So since 2024, what is the growth of eCLUTCH been? Can you sort of quantify it?
Yeah. First of all, the first thing is that we managed to bring the top tier tournaments. So which has never been done before. It has never been achieved before. So we are now working with some tournament organizer, IP owners, publishers. Like I don't know if you heard about Blast. Blast is one of the main tournament organizer, and we are acquiring properties from Rocket League. I don't want to drop too many names because some people never heard about it. But it's the main tournaments, and we are growing at a very strong pace. We are launching in many different countries in Europe. So we launched in France, we launched in Switzerland, we launched in Italy, we launched here in the UAE. We are about to launch in many different countries in the MENA region. Yes, we are growing really big, and we really understand that there is a really strong dynamic, behind the scene. So again, we are really heading in the right direction. There is a huge traction from the audience whenever it comes to live. We can see the numbers. We launched in here, the numbers, whenever we are starting a live session, are just booming, going sharp.
The technology behind it, clearly you're working ahead, you're looking at the future. How is that technology for eCLUTCH going to develop?
Of course, you have like the broadcast. We are delivering, content through satellite, but we are including as well video on demand content. We are bringing fast version. And of course, the content will be a little bit different. It's important not to cannibalize what we are bringing, on the main satellite position. So that's very important that we can differentiate the content that we bring, on the ground. But the most important thing is that we want to create interactivity. QR codes will enable, to do some polling, to really redirect the viewers to different platforms. We are willing to bring interactivity, from the broadcast industry into this esports industry. So that's the way we would make it happen.
And finally, I'll come to both of you on this. The iKOMG group is embracing a large part of the market. So it sees the teleports, it sees broadcaster roles, it's looking at IP, it's cloud. It's a disrupted market at the moment. What are the challenges you see moving forward?
So our business was always, let's say, money consumption, a big money consumer, because you have to invest in the new equipment always to be, with the market. Now it's a bit different. Now of course, you still need the equipment, but now it's more challenging because now you have to think, what will you invest? Not the equipment, but what products, add-on products that the customer will require in a few years, you need to invest today to have them ready when they come, And I think this is the bigger challenge we have, looking ahead and where the trends are going and developing the product which will, give our customer the opportunity to be there when it happens. And that is like a challenge, a bit like, it's like almost like a bit like a fortune telling, what will happen next, where the market will go. But we see this, we see this for the last few years, and, we are not afraid. We are constantly looking, we are constantly listening and constantly developing based on what we hear.
Arnaud, can you add to that?
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing with eCLUTCH. We need to work on the product itself. I mean, satellite distribution is changing, but it's according to me, that's why we understand there is a huge place still, to bring different type of content. So what we have to do in the future is how we curate the content itself. If you bring esports the way it's already available on the main, one-stop shop like Twitch or YouTube gaming, it will never work. You need really to curate the content. You need to bring something that is really understandable for a TV audience. And that's the way we make it happen. And that's the way we are building the whole thing. And we really believe we have a huge potential. Because when you take a look at the numbers, the most complicated thing is to explain what esports is about. But the audience, you have close to 3 billion people playing game, half of a billion, like what I said a little bit before, half of a billion people watching esports on a monthly basis. So now we need to package, to prepare, and to deliver it the best way to make sure that we capture the audience.
Well, it all sounds very interesting. Mitja, Arnaud, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Richard.
It was a
Pleasure.
pleasure.